spice donut holes. My friends absolutely love them. This is what I give them every year for Friendsgiving as their little go-home goodie bag for them to eat for breakfast the next morning. But to me, they're perfect anytime. So we already have 2 cups of flour in this bowl. We're going to take 3/4 cups of sugar and add it to the flour. And then we're going to take all of our salt, baking powder, and our pumpkin pie spice. There's 2 teaspoons of the pumpkin pie spice and 2 teaspoons of the baking powder, but only 1 of salt, because salt brings out the flavor in your baking, but you don't want it to be overpowering. Now we're just going to mix this together. Make sure everything is very well combined before we add the second part of the filling. So the flour comes together, and then the second half comes together, and it'll make your slimy pumpkin pie goodness. Okay, so for the second part of the filling, we have 1 cup and 1/4 of a cup of pumpkin puree. This is going to give it that ooey, gooey, lovely pumpkin taste. If you like pumpkin pie, you're most likely going to love this recipe. I was always a critic of pumpkin pie spice things like the latte and stuff like that. I was like, oh, this is just a fad. And then I made these donut holes, and my life in view of the spice changed immediately. Now we're going to add our egg and our 2 tablespoons of melted butter. You want to make sure that the butter is fully melted or it will not incorporate well. But after you melt it, make sure that you don't overheat the butter before you add the egg in, or that will make the egg to cook and curdle, and that will not taste good. Okay. Oops. So after you've vigorously mixed those together, because it takes some well combining with that puree, you're going to take the puree mixture and add it into the flour mixture. Should come out super easy. It looks silky, smooth. Ooh, this is the magic right here. Now we're just going to fold these together. You don't want to overfold the flour, or it will make your dough really stiff, and that doesn't taste good, I promise. Okay, so after my vigorous arm workout for today, no gym for me, I'm going to show you this beautiful, well-combined, no flour in the mix view of this. All you have to do now is take some oil on your fingers, and we're going to round out some balls, and then we dip them in the oil. We've had the oil in the fryer for about 10 minutes to heat up, just because you want it to be blasting hot when you drop that. Okay, so the recipe says that it makes 8 to 10. Honestly, it depends on how big you want your donut holes. I normally like to take a few pinches and make sure that oil is very in between all of your fingers, or these will stick to you. And then what you're going to do after you have the perfectly round ball, you're going to dip them in the fryer. In the fryer, it'll take 3 to 5 minutes probably. And I would only put 3 to 4 in there at a time. So we took our donut holes out of the fryer. They look golden and perfect. They're really light and fluffy. They're going to be delicious. So what we're going to do now, when you take them out of the fryer, make sure you either put them on a glass plate with a paper towel over it, or go ahead and put it on a paper plate so the oil soaks up. But next thing we're going to do is add 3/4 of sugar, 3/4 cup of sugar, and then 3 tablespoons of the pumpkin pie spice. Combine that together. Sugar and spice is well combined. These should be cool enough to touch, but still internally hot enough to hold the sugar in. So you're just going to take them and swirl them around in this sugary goodness. Once those are well coated, they are ready to eat. And y'all, I'm so excited. There's sugary goodness in every single bite, I promise. Delicious. So I hope y'all get to try out the recipe of these donut holes. They're delicious. Make them for your friends and family. The recipe will be on the website. And I hope y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. See you soon.